tell you about a place that you wanna go to, where fantasy and guilty pleasures all come true. His name is Fender and he's the king of the green room, with McLovin in the oven with all his tattoos. It's the Den of Sin. Don't you wanna come in? Den of Sin. Let the madness begin. Den of Sin. With the big old grin. Den of Sin. Bring your sister and her friend, black or white or full of fear. Jägermeister's always welcome here. Sunday night is unsigned prime time. Better check it out or pay the price. It's the Den of Sin. Don't you wanna come in? Den of Sin. Let the madness begin. Den of Sin. With the big old grin. Den of Sin. Bring your sister and a friend. Den of Sin. Don't you wanna come in? Den of Sin. Let the madness begin. Den of Sin. With the big old grin. Den of Sin. Bring your sister and a friend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Hey,
welcome.
welcome. I don't think you're coming through there.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Talk to him.
Hey, how we doing?
I wonder if my batteries are down.
His batteries are gone. A little technical difficult. Now your light's still on there, but
It was on mute.
it was on mute. Uh-oh.
I got big fingers that hit it. What
Yep.
can I say? That's not the only thing that's big. Blah, boom. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited in the studio right now. We have the fabulous and most famous Big Al Harley,
Yeah, give it up.
Mr. Boozer himself.
I don't know about famous, but big.
Talk up, sir. Talk up.
Talking up, talking.
Uh-oh.
I like a number 6 value meal.
Gremlins.
So, Big Al, tell us about this new CD that you have for us.
Like I was, we thought we had lost his recordings a couple of years ago. We did some recordings, and it went from one hard drive to another computer, and then the computer crashed, and then we couldn't find the computer that crashed, and all of a sudden it was found, and Billy was able to retrieve the sessions, and he whipped it through, I believe it was Cubase or something like that, and boom.
It sounds incredible, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm
Yeah.
happy, you know.
It's like, wow,
I didn't have to do too much.
right?
The band did it all. Now you see why you have a band.
And you know, it's pretty nice when you walk in there and you knock your track out and you, okay, guys, see you.
Yeah. But the fun thing is I didn't get to do it with Billy this time, but laying out of everything, but when you hear everything come together and you're like, oh, can we do this and can we do that? You know, the little sprinkles, we didn't get to do that because of this whole corona virus thing. So he laid it out and he sent it to me, and I'm like, sounds good. Sounds good.
Go ahead, book it.
Yeah, because you know me, I like to put all kinds of I like to fill up the song and put all little trinkets, and usually whenever we're recording, we're always got a live mic, and you pick up stuff, and you're like, we're going to put that at the end of that song and
Yep.
stuff like that, you know, but didn't get the chance to do it to this one, but I'm super proud. And it's 5 songs, and I think we're going to Boozer 5th.
Boozer 5th.
Boozer 5th.
Yeah,
That sounds very appropriate.
and that's what we're going for, marketing.
Marketing. All right, I tell you what, man. I got 2 songs, and then I got your whole CD lined up. And we're not just going to play it. We're going to talk about the songs.
And remember, it's your CD too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to
Self-endorse.
self-endorse and
Go ahead, endorse.
I have never been like that.
I'm the same way.
Scott Mertz always got on me about that. Man, you need push shine runners. I'm like, dude, I didn't develop this show to put myself out there.
Yeah, but you do. You do. I know what you mean. It's like me whenever I print shirts. the bands are like, here's one of my shirts, wear it. And I'm like, if I wore one band shirt, I'd
Yeah.
have to wear every band shirt. So I choose not to wear no band shirt.
Right. Especially
And
when
that's
you
the way it
probably
is.
made them to begin with.
I mean, can you imagine Gomez up there at Uncle Sam's when they were here? If he went to every show that every musician,
There'd be no way he'd
yeah,
have
you know,
to have a
well, he
tractor
was at my
trailer.
show. Why didn't you come to this show? We didn't come to it's too much.
Have you heard from him lately?
I have not. The mom and pop, everything mom and pop has kind of gone by the wayside. But, I mean, it was fun just going in there and hanging out. I mean, everything I have in my little arsenal came from Uncle Sam's Jams.
Yeah, that awesome bass amp that I have, it come from there, and my credit was crap, and Jeff was like, hey, don't worry about it, Fender, I got your back.
And he's taken care of so many people. And I know a lot of people really did him wrong when you give someone a little bit of credit when they're not supposed to get it, because you want to help them out. Next thing you know, they screw you over.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I never did. Matter of fact, when I was trying to build up my credit for buying my first house or my only house, it was the credit that I had built up from buying guitars and amps and paying them off that shot my credit up there,
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, it's those little things in life that kind of add up. And next thing you know, you're like, wow, I might have terrible hospital bills,
Right.
but I got a guitar that I paid for.
Who doesn't? I think the creditors actually ignore hospital bills because everybody has them.
That's what I've heard. But they show up.
Yep.
They show
Hey,
up.
you know what? If you really want to help the common people out and you want to do something about health care, don't try to change everything, but control what the hospital can bill you for, like at $10 for a freaking Band-Aid. I have my own medicine. I bring it in. Well, we got to charge you to give you your own medicine. Are you kidding me?
Well, something like that. Yeah, I know what you mean. But, whenever like when I was laid up about 2 years ago, I would gladly pay $10 for a Band-Aid. 'Cause when you're hurting and they're there to help you, I can kind of understand that, but it is exorbitant pricing. It's it can be out of control.
Well, they don't have to hit the little guy so hard, man.
I know.
I mean, you
know.
just gave me stitches. Now you're trying to bust them.
Yeah. Believe me, I know. I just went through some more surgery, and and I was lucky with my wife's Humana plan. It was 80% insurance and 20% us. And I think the total bill was about $16,000, and we were only on the hook for about $1,400, and that was mostly the anesthesiologist.
Wow.
And stuff. But I mean, my doctor, I think it was like $9,000 for him just to do the surgery, and it was only like about, I want to say $1,500 to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
So you give them a 30, a 40, $50 every other week or something like that, and you're good.
Yep.
But it's what can you do?
Yeah. What can you do? You got to move on.
Yeah, So I was thankful, and I actually some of the doctors that I had, I still talk to.
Yep.
One of the nurses that when I was laid up, they were. There was people coming in and out, and that's what's kind of crazy is when you're in the hospital, you want to rest,
Yep.
and there's people in and out,
They
in
don't
and
let
out,
you
in and
rest.
out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and
In
then
and
the
out.
doctors are fighting to get in there and do their stuff, and I end up making friends with the nurse, and she, well, yeah, and she, but
The one that gives you a sponge bath.
yeah, well, no,
Hey,
no,
how you
no.
doing?
But she's a friend on Facebook now, and of course, we've never been out to play or anything, but she's watched some of the video broadcasts and heard the songs, and she really likes them and stuff like that. So you make friends in some of the weirdest places.
Yep.
Cool. Well, let's rock out with some music while I get the old vinyl player hooked up.
Yep.
My
And
good
we got
friend,
some vinyl record to play you, Mark Bowling. And that's a fabulous album cover.
Yes.
So
We're
switch
really
over
intrigued
on
to
us
see
there,
what it's
sir.
going to sound like.
See the album cover? I'm sorry, we don't have a Zoom. We're poor people.
Yep.
So you just got to put your damn glasses on.
Making do with what we got.
And we'll get back to you after this double play We got the Hicks with You Won't Bring Me Down, and then 7 Day Sun with Last December right here. Blowing your genre minds and not your genre parts right here at Crossfire.
-radio.com.
Brought to you by LouisvilleStageRental.com. To LouisvilleStageRental.com, where all your needs are met. We know the times have been tough for our customers with the coronavirus going around. When the all clear has been given back and you need a stage for your event, we are here to help you out. We will have available discounts to suit your needs. Don't forget, when all other companies are trying to make up for lost time, we don't have to, because we are here for you. At Louisville Stage Rental, we can accommodate anything that you need, from small events to large events. Just give us a call, 502-376-1240. LouisvilleStageRental.com is here for you. All you have to do is call. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back live in the Denison, baby, with Big Alan Harley, Boozer himself.
Oh, yeah.
Big Al, how long has Boozer been around?
Literally since about 2004.
2004?
Yeah, we were looking at one of my first little songs, Hamster in the Wheel. I believe it was wrote about 1995, but it didn't get recorded till about 2004.
So who all is like the original members?
Well, literally just me, but the very first version of Boozer, we opened up for Element H at Uncle Pleasant's, and that was a 3-piece, and it was just acoustic style. It was me, Bobby Olagus of Magnetic Flux and the Zoo Kings, and Billy Masterson of Cornbread Mafia and the Karma Dogs. And then I was immediately bitten by the bug.
Oh, yeah? After being around all those bands, I would see that would be easy to
Well, I
happen.
spent about 14 years roadieing for bands.
Wow.
And, it's like, oh, my God, I'll never be a good guitar player. I'll never be a good drummer and stuff. So I just started carrying stuff. And I kind of really learned that there's going to be someone really better than you and somebody really terrible than you. It doesn't really matter as long as you're having fun. So once I moved back from California, the Karma Dogs had disbanded, and it seems like all my other friends had gotten married and given up and wasn't playing anywhere. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm ready to do something. And so we got our tax money one time, and I told Dana, I was like, can I take $500 and give it to Billy Masterson and record some songs that I would like to record? And
I remember his studio.
And she kind of little hesitant, but she let me do it and went in there. And then now I consider that the very first version of Boozer. It was me, Billy Masterson, Scott Mertz from Cornbread, Tony Henry played rhythm and bass on some of the songs, and Tom Stevely from Karma Dogs came down from Madison and put lead to it, and Christy Gambrell was the girl on the six-pack, and after, it got put together, it was like, oh, my God, that's got to play now. And, of course, that was it, and we went through a bunch of different lineup changes, this and that. I said, but mainly it's always been Billy Masterson. He's went on to do other things, but he's my number one drummer. And Fender, besides, him have to stick a knife in someone's gut, he's the bass player for about the last 10.
Yeah. 10, 11 years.
10 or 11 years. That's how quick it's gone by,
Yeah. The other guy was like, nothing against him, good dude. But if you're wishy-washy about playing music, man, I'm either going to cut you or you could just step aside. It's your choice, man.
And it's funny because as you're playing shows, some of your friends really won't tell you. But someone in the crowd who really doesn't even know you will straight up tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. And they were like, hey, what's up with your bass player? And I'm like, what do you mean, what's up with the bass player? And he goes, well, he doesn't even look like he's having fun. And I was, this is not Fender. And so next practice, I was like, hey, are you not having fun anymore? Are you burnt out on it, And he's like, no, man, I love playing. Like, all right, well, let's practice, So we practice, and then we set up the next practice. He comes back in, and he's like, you know what? I think I am burnt out. I'm going to step aside. I was like, it just takes that one person who doesn't know you to walk up and, and give you an honest opinion, because your friends will go, man, you guys rock. They don't care. They're your friends. They see you mess up, and they see you. They don't even care, but it's the little old lady. That sees the little old lady that's not a fan.
Excuse me,
just
young
walk
man.
up, and they'll say something that's totally honest.
Yep.
And that's the real appreciation that you can get. And it's like, if someone who really doesn't care will come up and say that, then you're like, they see something
Dude,
that we don't.
I'm bugged you for like 2 years. I was on it. I seen what's happening with him. He's like, he wasn't there.
Yeah,
he was there,
but
he wasn't
I'm
there.
not going to disrespect him or anything, or even shout out his name. But and he honestly, he came back to practice. He goes, you know what? I think I am burnt out, and I'm going to step down. And so when he stepped down, Rocky was a drummer, and I said, well,
I miss that dude.
Who do you want to play with? Because it's all about drummers and bass players. If they don't get along, then there is no song.
Nope.
And he said, I want to play with Fender. So we asked Fender, and Fender stepped up, and he hasn't relinquished it. So thank God he's got a tuner. I rely on his tuner.
Hey, let's talk about the first song that I'm going to play, 454.
454.
What possessed you to write this gruesome tune that gives me...
It was just one
that
of those
stretches
things.
my fingers like enormously.
Yeah.
I mean, why you want to do that to me?
Truth be told, Hamster in the Wheel was the very first song I kind of ever fumbled and figured out. And then coming out of that, of course, Thomas is in D, but coming out of that, it goes to, dun 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 dun. So it was like the second part of Hamster. But, so you got to cut it and make it its own song, and then out of there it just and then you just start figuring the and you just
it's a
start
motivator.
just start kind of piecing things together, and then once you got the basic part of the song, and then you're like, all right, guys, I think I got another one, you know,
Yep.
and then you start playing it, and the drums pick in and all stuff like that, and it starts breathing,
Yep.
and you just kind of, you try not to put too much stress
Yeah,
on it.
my
but
co-host T-Bone is going through the aches and pains of the band.
The aches and pains of the band. I tell you what,
it can be fun, and it can be brutal.
it's brutal. I tell you what, we look for more than anything when we're trying to develop a song or anything's coming through. We look for that hook. Once we have the hook, and the drummer will look at us, and he'll look at me and the other guitar player. He goes, "Guys, that is it."
Yeah.
That's
See,
the hook.
he's looking for the hook. I'm looking for the hooker.
Well, everything has its own little place too, you know, and sometimes you can. I mean, every Boozer song really only has two pieces,
Yep.
and
You write more than 3 notes, man, you're doing it wrong.
yeah, or 3-fingered chords. And, you know, if it's more than that, then you got to leave it for the other bands. I like to
Yep.
make things simple,
Simple.
and
Yes.
yeah, you know, it makes it simple. But 454 is just one of those songs that after it was done, I was like, yes, you know, you know, when it gets your own rocks off, you know, you think you got
All right. Well, it's a long one.
It's like 5 minutes long.
Yeah, not to mention. I mean, it's bad enough stretching my fingers that wide for the notes, but it's like 6 minutes 21 seconds. So
Wow.
And I think the speed on it's like 121.
yeah,
The tempo on it.
it's crazy.
The drummer loves it too, you know.
And
After every time we play that song, I look at Billy and I'm like, phew.
Funny thing, we play a show and Fender like, oh man, you know, as long as we don't play 454, I got it. And I'm like, what? We're gonna play 454.
Next one up.
Like, oh god damn it, he threw me
See,
under the bus.
T-Bone, that's why I told you you'll learn to work under the bus.
Yep,
Work under
work
the
the
bus. And, you know, sometimes you set out, but you got to jump in sometimes, and that's
Yep.
what Fender did, you know. So I wasn't mean or anything to him, but it's like one of those things like, ha, should have did your homework.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Boozer with new recordings of 454 right here from the Denison, baby. I'm Fender.
T-Bone.
mention I got one rolled. We're gonna smoke it down at that Boozer show. Let's go.
Oh man, Big Al with Boozer right here.
Yeah, he is.
So Big Al, that was really cool. And Billy
love it.
Masterson kicked ass on that.
Everybody did a good job. Fender, Scott Mertz, Tom Stevely,
And Christy,
and well, Christy. Yeah, she's on.
she's on some other ones here.
Yeah, was the 5 songs. The Boozer Fifth is more heavier, aggressive, and then we did 2, kind of Sunday country drinking songs with Christy. I wanted to kind of showcase her. She sounds like an angel farting.
Right, she sure does.
But I love Christy, and I've asked her numerous times, and hopefully she jumps on board, But she's got a nice little southern, little raspy voice that I really like on the Boozer stuff, and I've asked a couple other girls, and here's why I really like her. She shows up.
Right.
All the other girls that I've ever asked before, they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, send it to me," and stuff like that, and they don't reply to the email.
Thanks for the free music.
Yeah, or they just don't show. They just don't. They don't show up.
Yep.
And so you just got to, well, it wasn't meant to be, But Chrissy's a good singer, and she was fronting another band, but I think they're on kind of hiatus too right now. But, and especially, well, everybody's on hiatus right now, good Lord.
Yeah.
Corona.
I think we're just about out of it, and I think the American people are really seeing that it's just one big trick. I think it's a big trick. I've been in my house for a month and a half, and I'm not sick.
Yep.
You guys are not sick.
Hell, I've been
All
going
my
out
friends
everywhere.
are not sick.
I've been going out to the stores.
I've been going to work.
I wish I was working, but people, they don't need T-shirts. They want T-shirts, but they don't need it. So my lifestyle's taking a, nosedive, but I'm not complaining. I did some home projects and stuff like that, and had lost 66 pounds, and now I put back 20 of it on. So.
And you lost some money this weekend from the Derby not being there.
Yeah, generally when we park cars, after it's all said and done, we usually make an extra home payment.
Yeah.
That's, they I think you should sue China. Soon.
But, we're just hoping that everything...
You owe me 1 month's rent.
Yeah, I just hope that everything's going to kind of return back to, somewhat normal.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's all you can hope for.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this Bourbon Tea LSD.
Bourbon
is this
Tea and
like a
LSD.
personal trip that you went on? Is it
Well,
a bad road or something?
That was suggested from a coworker who was a military guy. And he come up to me, like everybody, it's like I'm the idiot that'll say it, but he goes, "Big L, man, you need to write a song called Bourbon Tea and LSD," and I was like, "Okay, Curtis, whatever," and he's like, like of course he had the
Crew cut,
and he's like, Bourbon Tea and LSD, and I was like, "Okay, I got it. That's the drink for you and me." And then you just start fumbling these words, and next thing you know, 10 minutes has gone by, and you're like, "Oh my God, I didn't write nothing down." And so you go back and start writing it down, and then of course I went to practice, and it was Billy Masterson and Dr. John Anderson. And I said, "Hey, I got something. Let's fumble around with it. Just give a boom, and
that cadence.
And then you just once you start getting that sound up, you just get that together, and you're like, oh my God, there it is.
Yep.
And then there you go. And it literally, not even 5 minutes to write it. And that's the great thing about some of these songs. It's not rocket surgery, as Billy says. It's just being silly.
Yep.
And
having fun.
Yeah, but then so once you got kind of the song, you're like, well, we need to get like a story with it. And basically, it's up in the hollers, this fictional place, Maker's Holler, Kentucky, and Yelling Rednecks Distillery. They make this drink and they send it out for all the local people to drink, and it's in mason jars, just like the old days. So you got some sort of little story for it, and it just starts to,
I think you need to get your liquor license.
Oh, good Lord, I don't know if
Start your own brew.
it'd be nice. And, and I would love to, like, if life would be so happy as to let it happen, have a boozer drink.
Oh man.
But Kid Rock and all them, if they would ever contact me, come on.
Right. All right, man.
Bourbon Tea and LSD.
Well, let's go ahead and play that song, man, because I love the cadence in it. Because
and that's Scott Mertz.
I was ROTC in high school, so I would love this shit.
Oh yeah, I mean it's funny enough that I think if the military was to hear it, they wouldn't be offended.
No, not at all.
I don't think they would be offended because it's hey, let's having fun, and
I bet they would probably sing this cadence and when they're marching and shit.
When they go to do PT in the morning.
yeah.
Have you ever heard some of the songs they sing when they're marching?
Well, some of them, but
Wow, dude.
yeah, some of them,
Don't let your kids be hearing that.
You're right. With it, he turned green. Somebody pissed in. That was just kind of the watered down version.
Right.
I'm sure there are some groups.
There's some raunchy ones.
Yeah.
But here's a cleaner version of one. This is called Bourbon Tea and LSD. Rocking you out right here. Crossfire.
Radio.com.
Bourbon, tea, and LSD. That's the drink for you and me. Loser's best and it ain't no joke. Don't want no nasty rum and coke. Come on and sound off. Sound off. Sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Their heels. Loaded trucks, they hit the road. Another batch is bought and sold. Made by fire, grain, and ice. Add a dose of country spice. And guzzle down, cold or hot. Then cannonball with homegrown pot. Come on and sound off. Sound up, sound off. 1, 2, 3, Tripping's good, or so they say. So drink a glass every day and laugh your ass off all day long. Even when you sing the song. Come on and sound off. Sound up. Sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4. That it ain't no joke. Don't want no nasty rum and coke. Come on and sound off. Sound up. Sound off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys were missing out on a conversation that was quite hysterical. Got to share. We got to reshare this with everybody, Al. The night we opened for was Jericho White.
Jesco White.
Jesco White. Yeah.
Jesco White, the infamous Jesco White. He was. We were playing a show and we really didn't know who Jesco White was.
No clue.
No clue. We didn't know who he was until after the fact. But we're right in the middle of our set.
Yeah, did you see this shit? What?
And then he just come up on stage and he was zoned out.
Big time.
Yeah, and so we tried to incorporate it, and that didn't work. And eventually I think, those merch said, keep playing. Then it was during this song, and he just kept on playing and dancing.
He was tapping.
Yeah, he was tapping. He had on
dancing.
these.
Or clogging, whatever it was. He was doing something.
It was definitely one of those shows that everybody was like, what's going on? And we were like, we don't know.
When I heard over the microphone, Terry, come get this motherfucker off the stage. I was like, oh, we're going to get in a fight now.
But in hindsight, if we was to do it again, I think we could incorporate it a whole lot better. We just didn't know who he was at the time. This was years ago, but he was already infamous then. But we just didn't know who he was. You know, but it was all good. We laughed about it.
Yeah, it was hysterical.
Yeah, we definitely laughed about it.
Packed house. So we got up next now, Gas, Grass, or Ass. Nobody rides for free.
That's true.
And I got that sticker on my back window on my Jeep.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, my buddy Greg Cundiff, like I said, you get some of these song titles. And
You got some good friends, Al.
I do. And he said, Big Al, man, you need to write a song called Gas, Grass, or Ass. Nobody rides for free. I'm like, all right. And so, you know, they kind of give you their little input for a second. And the next thing you know, you take that and you kind of see where they're at. And then you just kind of just start running with it. And next thing you know, you've got something, and then you bring it to practice, and next thing you know, the rest of the people join in, and it starts to breathe again, and you got a new song. And, and it's just sometimes they just kind of fall into your lap. But yeah, Mr. Greg Cundiff said that, you know.
Greg Cundiff.
Yeah, so we always, whenever we play it, we always dedicate it to the latest, late and great Dennis Hopper. You know, from Easy Riders.
Right on. Well, let's roll on with some more booze or blowing your genre minds, not your genre parts. Right here, Crossfire.
-radio.com.
Crossfire Radio, where we play the best damn music streaming today. www.crossfire-radio.com. www.crossfire-radio.com.
Magnificent, aren't they?
Oh yeah, grass, gas, grass, or ass. I always get them mixed up. Why do I do that?
Well, as long as you got the 3 in the sentence.
And Miss Harley, I'm sorry, I am not kissing Al. She wanted me to give you a kiss and say hi, Al.
Hi, baby.
She misses you.
She's hungry because she made some homemade potato salad.
Ooh, we're all going to Al's house for dinner.
It's the best in Louisville.
So, Al, how long you been married?
Been married.
Since we're
hold on a
talking about
second.
your
Thanks a
other
lot,
half.
Fender. We've been married 21
Kick his ass, Dana.
21 years, I do believe. This year would be the 22nd.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I believe so. I believe I'm correct. It's
May
22.
May 19th for me be 30 years.
Congratulations, Fender. You know, it's
30
amazing that you
years.
held on to that job that long.
I know it. It's my longest
It's hard.
job ever.
It is. It's a hard job, you know.
You got to put work into it, man.
It does. It's not easy. It's
And you
give
got to
and
roll
take.
with the punches.
Mostly give.
Yep.
And, you know, thank God I got training from you, working under the bus.
Oh, no, I don't know about that. You're pretty good at that. I'm sure Cindy would let you know immediately.
So, you know, since we're talking about your spouse and all spouses, this next song, he's 22 years now. You're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
I thought I said 21 or 22. I'm close enough. Come on.
Hey, no, dealing with women, if you don't get that date exact, you're screwed.
I know. I can't remember what I did last week, but I know it's July 13th.
Go easy on them, Dana.
Yep, it's July 13th. I know that.
So since we're talking about spouses, this next song is fairly new as far as the Boozers lineup. It's I Feel Fine.
It is a new one that is, I've only played it. It's never been like a band thing. But it's one of the country-ish,
And
Sunday.
it's never been heard by anybody else, really.
Just a select few of people that I've sent the email to and people that might have, been on an open mic or something like that, but not as a legitimate song.
Yeah. And I have to give a shout out to Captain Hood. He's up in the chat room. And Hillbilly Hot Dog, Sherry. You remember Sherry?
I
from
remember
Hillbilly?
them.
She's in the chat room listening.
Well, I hope everybody's doing good. Wasn't it South Carolina, North Carolina, something like that?
West Virginia.
West Virginia. I'm sorry. I knew it was somewhere
Mount
over there.
Mama, take me home.
I hope y'all doing good amidst all this corona bullshit.
Oh, me too, man.
Yep.
Because they got the home wrecker.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
The big home wrecker. That thing's scary looking. All right, here's
That's what she said.
I Feel Fine by Boozer right here on Crossfire.
Featuring Christy Gambro.
Radio.com.
Jackson.
Rolling with a 1.5 and we are smoking out the trailer side and we are joking.
Damn, baby.
It's
I'm
great to
stoned.
be alive. And I feel fine. Sure do.
every way we are needed to make that change that we are seeding. What we sown yesterday. And we feel fine. We sure do.
Ladies and gentlemen, back live in the Dennis Inn with no other than the famous Facebooker, Big Al Harley.
Big Al.
You're funny. I'm terrible.
No, you've been doing great, man. Every Thursday night, always entertain us. You and
I
Dana.
try. Me and Dana.
Dana's been tearing that tambourine up.
Yeah,
man.
she's coming out of her shell a little bit. We got a little special surprise for everybody Thursday. So.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
She doing it topless?
No.
I'll take my pills later on, man.
No, if you can talk her into it, that's all up to you. But I guarantee you, I couldn't talk her into doing something like that.
Oh, man, my ears.
I might go topless, yeah.
My ears are burning right now. I bet she's cussing me.
I know. She's at home laughing. That's all. She's the perfect rock and roll wife. I know Cindy, she puts up with a lot of crap from us, over the years. But, Dana, she rolls with the punches, and she knows that 8 o'clock means either 7, 7:30, 8, 15, 9:45, or 11.
Right.
It's never 8 o'clock. You never, ever play when you're supposed to play. And she's always rolled with the changes, and she doesn't bitch too much.
Not too much.
No. But she won't do it in public. She might do it on her way home. But it's not,
Well, that's okay because we're not with you.
Yeah. But she lets me have my fun. And that's really the only thing that we do is, well, we used to do. Now there is no shows. And, of course, Boozer's gone through like a very tranquil part where the music's there, but there's no band right now. There is, but there isn't. If a show pops up, it's like, oh my God, you want to open up for, such and such, Devil's Vomit. Well, sure.
Yeah, we'll be there.
You click, 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 click. Y'all want to play? Y'all want to play? You want to play? You want to play? We got it.
Yep.
But it is what it is.
You know my reply every time you message me something like that. I'm like, sure.
Yeah, it only takes about 15 minutes. Hey, this is the date. This is who it is. This is the time. Are you available? And then most of the time, if the drummer is not available, then there is no show. But if the drummer is available, I will figure it out. I know Fender's pretty much there, and I'm like, oh my God, either I got to do it without a lead guitar player or I find a lead guitar player. And Sean Lynch has helped me out a couple of times, and I actually, right before this whole Corona bullshit, we were getting ready to start practicing more of a bluesier type boozer, and I think we were going to go with blueser.
Blueser. Yeah. Blueser.
You gotta
came up with that.
Yeah, you gotta kind of stick to what works, and but unfortunately we wasn't able to get together. But we are looking to get together and do a couple little shows this year.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as something lightens up.
If we got to open up our own club.
Man, I know where that place right there beside White Castle's, great parking.
Yeah.
It'd be the best venue in Louisville.
I know. There's a lot of places. Actually, there's a lot of empty places before Corona bullshit.
Yep, before.
But,
Trixie's
it's just
closed down. They closed the doors, and that's where the local guys were going to showcase their stuff.
We played there a few times, but I couldn't afford to drink there.
So let's talk about this next song, man. Mobile Meth Lab Blues. That's a pretty radical title.
That was off of the news channel.
News channel.
Yeah, I was sitting around one day. This is one of those that none of my friends told me to do, but police confiscated a mobile meth lab today, and blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, there it is, mobile meth lab.
New booster song.
And sure enough, I did a little research, and then I was never a big Breaking Bad. Wasn't that Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad or something.
That was it.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of that. I don't know. I just wasn't into it until I sat down and watched the first one.
You know what the funny part
and then
is?
the second one, and then I watched them all. And it was really one of the best series ever.
All of our songs pertain to some kind of vice, but yet we're not that way.
And I've thought about that. If Boozer never takes off by the time we all get straight, we'll change it to sober. We'll play all the retirement homes.
Old and sober.
Old and sober.
20 years now.
But, it's mobile meth lab, blues. And I was like, okay, got a couple of buckets, got a couple of jugs, got a couple of hours, get a handful of drugs. Been wired awake, haven't slept in days. And all the money I make, I need a raise. And that stuff just starts kind of you just writing it down, and next thing you know, you're blah 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 blah, and you just start, how am I going to make this work?
Yeah, another fast song.
Yeah, and then you just kind of find it, and
Damn you.
And actually, once you find the first riff, the second riff kind of falls in and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm no Tchaikovsky or Beethoven or anything, but sometimes it just kind of comes to you. And I never did learn cover tunes, and that's the hardest thing right now is when I'm doing these little shows, I've got to actually learn something from someone else and have to improvise and stuff, and I've never had to do that. I mean, I was never in a cover band, and I wasn't good enough to be in a cover band, but
I believe from a musician standpoint of view, if you do learn covers, it does help you out in the long run.
It does. I mean, and I've found out that I was playing a song the other day. I learned from John Prine, just trying to figure out some of his songs, that it fit with, I can't even remember the other song, but it was another song. I was like, oh, my God, that's the same song, but instead of him doing an A right there, they did a G and something like that. And I was like, oh, that's the same song.
Wow.
But you would never think that unless I had found it out. Otherwise, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know.
Just holler out the chords to me.
Yeah, hell, I don't even know all the chords.
All right, well, we're going to get along with some mobile meth lab blues, blowing your genre minds and not your genre parts right here across fire.
-radio.com.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
no need for fantasy. I'll shine on like a star at first night and show you all you need. 'Cause I know all your vices. Yeah, I know where you've been. Said, baby, take another toss of the dice. I'm rolling sevens again now. When you need a little loving, baby, all night long. When you need a little loving, come and turn me on. When you need a little loving.
You come to quarrel with me. Hey, you come to take my world from me. And hey, did you come to fight with me? And hey, you come to take my life from me. Yeah. Am I better than you? Are you better than me? I don't know. One thing that is true, be the best you can be. Friend or foe. Hey, you come to take the best of me. Hey, you come to make a mess with me. Hey, you come to sing a song with me. Hey,
Holy shit!
you come
Them
to
things you
sing
have to slap them in the face just to get their attention.
Am I better than you? Are you better than me? I don't know. One thing that is true, be the best you can be. Friend or foe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry about the mishap. You know, technology is not all that great. Bill Gates, you suck.
Bill Gates.
I'm sure they heard it because they got some kind of algorithm that picks up his name. Bill Gates, you suck, you suck. So, sorry about the last song there, Al.
Quite all right.
It does happen, you know.
It does.
All right, so
Used to it.
Trailer Park Barbie, one of my all-time favorites. Tell me about how this song came about.
That Dana's sister, Kimberly. She's a Trailer Park Barbie.
Really?
Yeah, you know, she wears the cut-off shorts with the combat boots, and she has an AK-47. She has where she lives, she had a pond, and it was out by Fort Knox, Muldraugh Hill. She had a little bit of land, you know, but anyway, she had this big pond, and she would shoot frogs. Now, you know, but, you know, she had it, so if somebody at work said, "Oh, you're just a Trailer Park Barbie." And I was like, oh, yeah, AK-47, bleached out roots, cigarette breath, and combat boots.
And she was cool with that?
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, we once we recorded the song, the very first little demo we did, we recorded the song, and, you know, we said, hey, we need you to come out and talk. You know, just be yourself, you know, and she was, I can't remember what she, you know, was getting, get what you say it all the time, get up and get me a beer.
Yeah.
And this ain't no.
Bitch, get up and get me a beer.
And but she was saying it, you know, and that's where Fender got it, and he reproduced it, but she loved it, you know, and she still loves it,
It's
you know.
the beginning of the song. It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It sets the whole mood
Yeah.
for it.
But yeah, that was basically it. And then it's one of those, one of those songs that just kind of boop.
All right, man. We're going to play this song, and then we got some vinyl time.
Yes,
Big
my
Al is
good
gonna share
friend
with
Mark
you.
Boland.
Right here, Crossfire.
Radio.com.
Welcome to LouisvilleStageRental.com, where all your needs are met. We know the times have been tough for our customers with the coronavirus going around. When the all clear has been given back and you need a stage for your event, we are here to help you out. We will have available discounts to suit your needs. Don't forget, when all other companies are trying to make up for lost time, we don't have to, because we are here for you. At Louisville Stage Rental, we can accommodate anything that you need, from small events to large events. Just give us a call, 502-376-1240. LouisvilleStageRental.com is here for you. All you have to do is call.
If you are in an unsigned band or know someone who is and it plays some kick-ass music, go to Crossfire Radio for maximum exposure. Look for an band in our forums and get the band ad, and we will get the music streaming, and we will get the music streaming.
Back into Tennessee, baby, right where it all begins.
Yeah.
Big Al, you got some fresh, new, hot off the press.
Believe there's only 5 of these
Really?
right now.
So you must be like a special person. See, I told you was Facebook famous.
I wouldn't say that. It's a childhood friend, and we still keep in contact, and he said, "Man, I'm really digging your shows on Thursday." He goes, "Send me your address. I'm going to send you brand new records." And I was like, "All right," I was overwhelmed that he actually said, "I'll send it to you." But anyway, about 2 days later, it showed up at my door in a brown bag.
In a brown bag. You're no stranger to that bag.
And I really don't know what to expect. I said, well, I'm going over my buddy Fender's. What song do you want me to play? Which one do you want to be put out there? And he goes, well, there is no songs. It's side A and side B. And I was, okay.
So we don't know what we're going to get.
We don't know what we're going to
This
get.
is like a crap game. You don't know. You're going to roll the dice. And
Yeah, but if I know him,
Is he
I
listening?
know it's going to be interesting.
is he tuned in?
He is tuned in. He resides in Baltimore, Maryland.
Wow.
Whenever we were youngsters, 17, 18, he joined the military. And I believe he retired 20 years.
Kudos to him, man.
Yeah, and
We
he
salute
was
him.
Oh yeah.
a pilot. He was a
Wow.
pilot, yeah.
Wow.
So he retired in luxury style.
Well, I don't know if it's luxury, but he has a lot of toys.
Wait a minute. He's up in Baltimore.
Well, Baltimore is not all. It can be a shithole. You've seen it. You've seen it. Just like everybody, every place has their little ups and downs. But
Yep.
I believe he's doing very well. He's married. Every year he comes down to a buddy of ours has a I think they call it Light Up over at Lee's Lane, and they it's really cool. It's really cool. They have Impact. It was a local band. They play almost every year, and I think Sean Lynch played it last year. The Ted Nugent tribute band, and hopefully this year, if everything works out, hopefully Boozer and Mark Bolan can play.
Yeah.
Sounds like a winner to me. You know me. I'm down. Just
Hell
tell me
yeah.
the date and time. Where
It's really
at.
cool. I mean, he has a huge bonfire. There's fireworks, bands. The whole neighborhood is involved.
Wow.
It's not just one person. The whole neighborhood is involved. And it's really cool. It's a
Sweet.
community type deal. And
Right on.
you can tent.
No kid.
Oh yeah, you can bring a tent and just sleep there. It's really cool.
Remember when I said I've been working my butt off? Well, I got it set up now where my Jeep, all I have to do is lean the seats down, and we can sleep in there now. I made some foam to go across the edge so it's nice and level.
Wow.
I got a big canopy that comes out, and we're set for camping this year.
Wow.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we're going to flip some switches, start a couple of engines, and then we're going to have that tune from you from Mark Bowling.
Yeah, I would also like to say that the album artwork was done by Mr. Mike Rubicock. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
He's also the lead singer of Monstrosity and Vile and Azure Emote. I hope I got it right. I understand he's a badass. And if anybody's interested, they can go to discogs.com/Mark Bolan. And hope you enjoy it. Hope you like it.
All right.
I'm really intrigued.
Well, go ahead and hit the power button there, Thomas.
Dawn delivers me my pause. I lay my body down between the day roars. Rest in my turn. Rusty the bound are following me. My lot is my doom. Row before the sun rises. The dawn delivers me my pause.
So, Miss Harley, your loved one is on his way home. He will be there shortly. Okay, so don't panic. You can love him or scold him when he gets home. So tonight we have some videos. Some of them are from shows past in Denison. And this one is from the Billy Masterson. It's called Three Egos.
Three Egos.
Is your mic working? There we go. I got you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Good deal.
All right, so go ahead and roll that. This is Billy Masterson, Three Egos.
Hi, welcome to my 2020 quarantine video. I, like most of you, have been practicing social distancing now for a little over a month, and it's getting quite old. So I've decided to invite some friends over I've been spending some time with here to entertain you, hopefully, for the next 2 or 3 minutes. They should be here soon. Oh, hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Pretty good. It's kind of going crazy these days, though.
Glad you could make it.
Me too.
Have a seat.
All right.
Let's get to it.
And bada boom, bada bing, we are back to normal.
Yep.
So, Thomas, what's up?
No, not much.
So, there we go. We got to get everything level again.
It's weird.
Every time we do something, we got to get it level again.
There's not a moment that goes by you're flipping this or turning this knob. Got to do this, got to do that.
You know, we're starting to run out of time, man. I even had a segment, because you know how sometimes when you're in a hurry, you download a CD to your computer and the titles and everything don't come up, so it just titles it as unknown with a date.
Yep.
I went through all those and I picked out some songs because I was going to play them, and they're like, you know, track 1, track 3, track 2. And don't have a clue what they are.
Yeah.
But this one I picked out because I seen people tonight or earlier today that they was, you know, talking about this band, and they are called Surviving Thalia.
Surviving Thalia.
Yeah. They was pretty big back in the day.
Pretty big, and they're pretty brutal too. I've heard of those guys.
Yeah. And they was talking about it, and Sailor, he was also sharing some info of days gone by, so I'm going to play this one for Sailor.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
So here we go, Surviving Thalia with Occupation or DC. Blowing your genre minds and not your genre parts right here at Crossfire.
-radio.com.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take 1.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play side B of Mark Bolan.
Hell yeah.
So, Big Al, we told you we would do this for your buddy, and we keep our word here in the Den of Sin.
Yes, we do.
Even if it makes me go over on my show time. It's a long one, folks. Sit back and ride. Hit that button, Mr. Thomas.
Kneel down, you sinners. Give a piece of people the ones that want. Repent your method. The madness of the system, the ones you got. Oh, 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 oh. 30 seconds to war. Oh, 30 seconds to war. Get back to power. 30 seconds to war. Living for today has got to go. Living for the future, now you know. 30 seconds to war. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. But you know the sinners are giving to the people all they want. And all you get is forever. Repent your method. The madness of the system, the ones that got. The madness of the ones that got. Ooh. 30 seconds to war. 30 seconds to war. Whoa. 30 seconds to war. 30 seconds to war. Get back to power. 30 seconds to war. 30 seconds to war. Living for today has got to go.
excessive conduct, if allowed to go unchecked and unchallenged, ultimately leads to war.
Every day I wake and ponder all the words and acts of yesterday. Every day I reach for answers to how it ended this way. Every day I paint a picture of a never-ending cheerful place. Every day I see a painting, it's black and bleak and despairing. I've rejected all the things we thought would abate the choice and change we made. Reaching for the door, I come back for more with hope for results every day. I can't escape the fact that my decisions put me in this place. Every day I read your letter and reflect on what it says. Every day I need assurance of the choices that were hastened made. Every day I reach for answers to how it ended this way. Every day I read your letter and I hate the way I feel today. I've rejected all the things we thought for us all in this play. Reaching for the door, I come back for more with hope or result every day. I can't escape the fact that my decisions put me in this place. thinking David Lee.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was amazing. That was kind of like Pink Floyd.
Yes, it
The
was.
wild version.
The wild version.
All right, man, we got, it's the top of the hour, 8 o'clock, and it's time for us to go. But before we go, we're going to play you with this song. It's Dog Water. The song is called Mr. Freeze. And then we're going to be out of here like two hairs in a biscuit.
Yeah.
right, ladies and gentlemen, man, what a night. We had
Yep.
Big Al here, which was awesome. Always loved that guy. It's like
Yes.
a brother. I bugged him for years. Let me be in the band. Let me be in the band. Let me be in the band.
Let me be in the band.
He said, damn it, Fender, you're persistent. I said, let me be in the band.
Let me be in the band. Come on. You know you
I
want
got
to.
the spot, man. I love it, and I'm not going nowhere.
Yep.
All right, so Thomas,
Yep.
Mr. Teabag.
Well, no Teabag.
No Teabag?
Damn you, hippie head.
All right, T-Bone. Did you have a good night?
Yes, I did.
All right, so did I, man.
It was real good chatting with Big Al. I like hearing the stories.
So we're going to catch up with you next Sunday for another cool, groovy show.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about May 16th.
May 16th.
Big comeback party in the Denison
Oh,
with SWP and possibly Boombox Poets.
Yes, I hope that happens.
All right, so I'm out of here.
Yep, I'm out of here.
He's out of here. We're all out of here. The
Yep.
show's been brought to you tonight by LouisvilleStageRental.com
Hell
and
yeah.
Crossfire-Radio.com. Peace out or get your peace in.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you about a place that you wanna go to, where fantasy and guilty pleasures all come true. His name is Fender and he's the king of the green room, with McLovin in the oven with all his tattoos. It's the Den of Sin. Don't you wanna come in? Den of Sin. Let the madness begin. Den of Sin. With the big old grin. Den of Sin. Bring your sister and her friend, black or white or full of fear. Jägermeister's always welcome here. Sunday night is unsigned prime time. You better check it out or pay the price. It's the Den of Sin. Don't you wanna come in? Den of Sin. Let the madness begin. Den of Sin. With the big old grin. Den of Sin. Bring your sister and a friend. Den of Sin. Don't you wanna come in? Den of Sin. Let the madness begin.